Sometimes the only thing that is standing in the way between you and a happy relationship is you. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Nandi. Today's video topic is going to be about self-sabotage. This is something I'm actively trying to work on, and you know, it's been a constant uphill battle with this thing. I think everyone deals with self-sabotage, whether it be work, whether it be relationships, whatever, what have you. So we are going to tackle this topic today. Let me give you a scenario. Let's say you meet this amazing guy. You're hanging out, you're having fun, you're kicking it, you're getting to know each other. You feel like the relationship can go to another level. But then you stop replying to their texts as often. You start canceling and rain checking on dates. And you basically just, you avoid taking things to the next level. So eventually your partner gets upset with you and they end up breaking things off. If that sounds like a constant cycle to you, this is definitely the video you need to be watching. That scenario is so common. And it happens to a lot of people who self-sabotage. They get into a relationship, they meet someone really nice, things get moving, things get grooving. They're like, oh shit, this is great. And then, you know, they're progressing, they're getting closer, and then they're like, oh shit. And they start drawing back. Sabotaging is when you just don't think that you are good enough, or you don't think that you deserve good things. And so you draw back and you're like, oh no, this is getting too close, right? You start doing the, oh, it was just getting too close. We're just moving too fast. And so you dial back. But also another cycle with sabotagers is that you expect things to go wrong. So obviously you might look at the glass half empty instead of half full. So say things like, this relationship probably won't work out anyway. But then you do these behaviors that enable that reaction, that elicit that reaction. And then it just confirms everything that you already had in your mind. So let's get into why you are self-sabotaging. First of all, one of the common reasons is that everyone has different paths and experiences that shape them. You could sabotage for a variety of different reasons, and your past is one of them. So if you have never seen a healthy relationship, or if you have never seen a healthy marriage, then that could be something that inhibits you in your mind from actually getting into one. Another reason might be a fear of intimacy. So for example, if you were a child and it was hard for you to express your emotions, and this is probably, it's so crazy. I was talking to my friend the other day about how scary it is, how important that your childhood is, and the type of effect that your childhood can have on your life and your relationships especially. If you were a child who could never express their emotions, or you could never share things with others, that can really limit your ability to have intimacy with other people. So you may be scared to share your innermost thoughts. You may be scared to share your experiences. You may even be scared to share yourself sexually. You could just be scared of physical and emotional closeness. Piggybacking off of the fear of intimacy, another reason why people self-sabotage is just fear in general. So there are two things that I have listed here. One is fear of abandonment. So you are terrified that if you are vulnerable and you share the most deepest, intimate things about you, that someone will leave you or someone will judge you. And so you stray away from that. You are afraid that if you open up to someone and then eventually down the line, they might leave you, and then you are left just open. Like you've told everything to this person, and then they just picked up their things and they just left. Another thing can be fear of engulfment. You are afraid that you might lose your identity. You are afraid that you might get engulfed in this person and you won't be able to make decisions for yourself. So you just stray away from that type of relationship. So usually if you are having a fear of abandonment and fear of engulfment, those two are like a push and pull. So there's constantly going to be tension. There's constantly going to be strain on the relationship because you are going in two different directions. They get closer and you're always going to pull away because you're scared. More obvious reasons why someone could self-sabotage is fear of self-worth and fear of self-esteem. Like I said earlier, you just don't believe that you are actually deserving of good things. You know the saying, if something is too good to be true, maybe it is. But that doesn't mean that you don't deserve good things. That doesn't mean that if something is too good to be true, that you don't deserve it. So what are some signs of self-sabotage in a relationship? Apparently, the easiest one to spot is a runner. So you are constantly looking for an exit. They start getting closer, you start pulling away. The next sign is actually gaslighting. So, for example, you just don't believe that their feelings are true. Like, you don't believe that they are feeling what they are actually saying. So, for example, let's say you are just chilling, you're relaxing with your partner, watching a movie, whatever. And they are like, I just have such strong feelings for you. I just feel this way about you. I feel that way about you. I love when we spend time together. And you're just like, no, you don't. And they're like, yes, I do. And you're like, no, you don't. Or like if someone is like telling you that they like you and you're like, no, you don't. Okay, that could be gaslighting. You're saying that their feelings are invalid. You're saying that their feelings are not real. Another sign of self-sabotage is serial dating. If you are skipping, you are just knocking them down, baby, okay? Relationship after relationship after relationship, honey, you are moving through them. And obviously, there is nothing wrong with dating multiple people at a time. There's nothing wrong with getting to know people. But, a serial dater is just someone who is constantly jumping from relationship to relationship. They are not dating these people. They are in full-blown relationships. They are in and out very quickly. So some other signs of self-sabotage are jealousy, worry, paranoia. That is a huge one. Thinking that your partner is talking to people, thinking that your partner is constantly doing things behind your back. All of these things are just feeding into that exit strategy in your head. It's basically like, what's that saying? If you don't go looking for something you don't want to find or something like that. It's kind of like that, but that saying is a little iffy to me because why I gotta find some. Anyway, off topic. But it's basically like that. You are looking for a problem that is not there. You're looking for a problem that's not there. That is sabotage. Another sign of self-sabotage is criticism. Anything they do upsets you. They didn't put the lid on the spaghetti right in the fridge and you are about to lose your mind. They are sitting beside you eating and you are just about to flip. Like you are just criticizing everything that they do. The last sign that I have is you don't address your negative emotions. And this is so important. If you are a person who avoids conflict and you wait until things boil up, you just let anger just boil up and fester in your soul and you're just real. So then by the time you pop off, you're like mad about you are mad that he didn't put the cereal back in the cabinet. And so now you're just about to tear the whole house down. No, you have to address things as they come up. You cannot sit and wait and address things later. So why is self-sabotage a problem? Why can't you just, move through life and just avoid all serious relationships? I mean, you can if that is the type of life that you want to live, to each their own. But self-sabotaging is a problem because, one, you will never form intimate relationships. And we are all human beings. And as much as someone wants to put on the facade that they don't really care about human connection, etc., etc., we are humans and connection is ingrained in us. We crave connection to other people. So you will never have that if you are constantly sabotaging yourself. I know that there are people out there who feel like they don't have genuine relationships with people, are close intimate relationships with people. When you just lack intimacy, that is just lacking closeness. So how do you change your self-sabotaging ways? One of the ways that you can do this is by learning your attachment style. And there is a fantastic book that is called Attached. I have a video on attachment styles. I will link it above. So learning your attachment style and really knowing certain triggers. The whole reason to learn your attachment style is to basically be more aware of your behavior. So going along with learning your attachment styles, you also want to learn your triggers. Again, this is all just being more aware of yourself and your behaviors, why you do the things that you do. If you learn your triggers, you know, okay, if someone does this, or anytime someone expresses this to me, I have the tendency to do this, or it makes me want to do this. Letting go is always going to be a way to stop sabotaging. Being open, letting people in, being vulnerable, letting your partner know when you have issues. And then also just having self check-ins with yourself and making sure that you are not triggered. I think if you could do that with your partner, that would be amazing. If you guys could have group check-ins where you're like, okay, you know, how are you feeling about the relationship? Is there anything that's going on that could be triggering you? I mean, I think that is very progressive communication, honey. I mean, we're really talking progressive communication here, and I love to see it. So I think if you are able to be that open and honest in the current relationship that you're in, oh man, just having self check-ins, like I said, if you're able, having partner check-ins, just to make sure that you're not feeling triggered, just to make sure that, you know, everything is still on the right track. So like I said, self-sabotage is something that happens to the best of us, okay? And the only thing that you can really do is stay aware and really be self-aware, aware of your actions, aware of things that trigger you and things that may make you feel a certain way. So that is all that I have for this video. I hope you guys really, really enjoyed it. In the comments, leave me something that you do that self-sabotages your relationships. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.